What's up, guys? It's Jay here, back on my NFL predictions for the 2022 season and the playoffs. To recap the wild card round, I got 4 out of 6 predictions correct. Lost on the last Los Angeles Chargers and Minnesota Vikings games. But yeah, let's jump into the divisional round. Fun fact, 3 teams from the NFC East are still alive, so there's a lot to come. But let's get started. Number 1, Jacksonville at Kansas City, and I am picking the Chiefs winning 28-21. Okay, Trevor Lawrence, what a great playoff debut for him, but Mahomes, he is unlike no other quarterback, and he honestly is a candidate for the MVP award. And with that being said, Kansas City knows how to handle football properly. They have been able to they have been able to build big leads. They have been able to thrash opponents. They've beaten a lot of playoff teams, well, except Cincinnati and Buffalo, who they lost to as the playoff teams. But Kansas City just has the rhythm. Kansas City just has a lot of weapons. Mahomes, Kelsey, Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, and they're pretty good on defense as well. So you can never count out Kansas City on both sides of the ball. Trevor Lawrence, on the other hand, he has weapons too, but not as effective as Mahomes because Mahomes has been longer in the league than Lawrence. So it's going to be all Kansas City, but both quarterbacks will put in an effort. Number 2, New York Giants at Philadelphia, and I am picking the Giants winning in overtime, 31-28. Well, Jalen Hurts has had a lot of rest, but will it help? Well, considering New York, they have won a playoff game in 11 years, and to really be honest, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley played phenomenally, just trashing a Minnesota defense that's allowed a lot of yards in the past season. And to be honest, Daniel Jones, he's starting to utilize his wide receivers more. The Giants' defense is starting to click, and with that being said, Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts has missed a couple of games, so he will not be as effective as Daniel Jones, who actually can run the ball pretty well. First quarterback to have 2 touchdowns thrown, 300 yards passing, and 70 yards rushing. At least greater than or equal to, though. Number 3 is Cincinnati at Buffalo, and I'm picking the Bills winning 33-30. Well, it seems like Buffalo has won more games than Cincinnati, streak-wise. But Buffalo, the home team is Buffalo, and the fans are pretty loud. And Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, both have some good weapons, good wide receivers. But I think the Bills' defense is much more effective than the Bengals' defense. With that being said, Josh Allen will always find a way to locate his receivers in the Bengals secondary, who will fail to cover them. Oh yeah, and if you're talking about Eli Apple, good luck with him, because he just looked like absolute trash against Baltimore, that one touchdown. So with all being said, Buffalo wins the game. Number 4, Dallas at San Francisco, and I am picking the Cowboys winning 36-31. Okay, tough defenses both for San Francisco and Dallas, but I feel that Dallas, they played well last night. Just winning the first road game in years, playoff road game, and San Francisco, yeah, they just phenomenally trash Seattle, but to be honest, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Trayvon Diggs, and all these linebackers and defensive players really have an effect on the game. And Dak Prescott, if he can hand it to Tony Pollard, if he can hand it over to throw to CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, all these receivers he has, then I think Dallas will have an edge. But likewise, if Dak fails, San Francisco wins. But I assume that Dak will have a perfect game like he did last week, and he will find a way to win the game, and perhaps he will host the AFC Championship. So Dallas, they just have more talent. They're the underdog, and I think the underdogs kind of are more motivated to win and more motivated to play because there's a lot of possibility for them. And Dallas, So I'm just rooting for Dallas because they just have a lot more talent than San Francisco has. And with that being said, those are my predictions for the divisional round, and I'll see you next week for the conference round.